Hi, my name is Argent. There are just a few random thoughts for today. One of the things that confounds me is the lack of media literacy I see in the right. For example, in the anime community, because I've been watching One Piece recently, I noticed this. I remember watching Fullmetal Alchemist as a kid, just before 2007, and this is before Brotherhood came out. As I watched the show, the Ishbalans are an ethnic religious group in Fullmetal Alchemist, which will remind me of Muslims or West Asians, which I believe is the better term for that region since Middle East is a Eurocentric term. I started questioning why people judge them based off their appearance as an excuse to just be mean to individuals they did not even know. I haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist in a while, but I wondered why the government in that story started the conflict there. The story later explains this, but I won't spoil it because it's actually a very important plot point, and I don't want to spoil it. I wonder if US did something similar or meddled with the region or those countries' affairs. I didn't even know how to ask these questions as a kid. So many years later, I've learned some of the reasoning and the history of that region is very complicated. I understand the US has meddled with many things over there. Still, at the end of the day, I'm still confused. I can't understand why the blind dislike for an entire group of people or groups that happen to look a certain way. It didn't make sense to me why an entire group of should be blamed for a few bad individuals since people are not monolith. That always confused me. Later, when I researched, I found that the creator Haruma Akra explicitly said she was partially inspired by Japan's northern island of Hokkaido. Not West Asian or Muslims, I find that very interesting. Sadly, history tends to rhyme far too often. I find it hilarious that so many consider One Piece to be apolitical. In reality, it's been political since the second episode addresses themes such as racism, healthcare, indigenous capitalism, freedom, industrialization, false idols, blind hero worship, the right to live, and how knowledge can be dangerous in itself. And there's so many other themes I probably missed. I'm still catching up with the show, and even outside of the anime, like the MCU, I realized that growing up that many right-leaning individuals critiqued it without understanding the themes of those movies. That confused me. I know the MCU is military propaganda. The first Iron Man and the second one had to get their scripts approved by the Department of Defense. I understand that X-Men are an analogy for black people and queer people, but I don't understand how people can refuse to look deeper into these stories to understand the themes or biases of these creators. Understanding the deeper themes can help pull you into stories so much deeply and help you understand ideas you might have never grasped otherwise. I find it perplexing why individuals on the right lack media literacy. It confuses me so much.